Hi, and welcome to Drawing with Filmkik. Today you are watching our pilot episode, and I am here with Peggy Shu, and she is incredible, and she works for Filmkik. Filmkik is one of the many places where she works. She does a lot of work for a lot of amazing people, but I am lucky enough to say that she also works for Filmkik. And just keep in mind, this is our pilot episode. We're running this for the first time. We want to be able to bring amazing illustrators from around the world, but Peggy and I are in the trenches together trying to figure this out. The technology has its limitations because we are working from home. She's from home, I'm from home, but we still have some really cool content. I am going to bring her on, and we're going to talk about her and her experience and why she's an illustrator, and we're going to do all that fun stuff. And then after that, she's actually going to draw something live for us, and she already started something in Photoshop, and we're going to watch her. I don't know if she'll complete it. We'll see. This is live, so we don't really know, and it's okay. And with that, I will bring Peggy. Hi, Peggy.
Ah!
All right, so we're doing this. We're doing it live.
Yep.
We're doing our own pilot live in front of the whole world. Yay! All right, so Peggy, tell me why you're a fantastic illustrator, and we're gonna see a little bit more of your work later. That's another thing. I'll note that. I should show people's works before I introduce them. Well, for next time. I'll do that next time.
Yeah, next time. It's all good.
For now, tell me, what made you want to become an illustrator?
So I started drawing when I was 3. Yeah, but I think, and then as I go through schools, I realized it's like the only thing I want to do. So, yeah, actually, it's like the only thing I can do. So I was like, okay, I must draw, otherwise I just gonna,
Do
become
nothing.
homeless or something. Yeah, I do nothing. Yeah, so I went to San Jose State University. And in the beginning, I really want to focus on fine art, but I do realize there's not much. If I choose to do fine art, there wouldn't be much for me in the future because I don't want to become a teacher either. Yeah, so I decided to go to animation and illustration. Hello? Oh. Alana, can you hear me?
I'm still here. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Because I wasn't sure if you're there. So.
Live, the wonders of live. I just want to, I did bring up your Instagram because I think it would be a shame to not show your work because your work is so amazing. And so I'm just going to reframe my screen so that we can see more of it, and then you can kind of walk us through your work. I just need to get a good aspect ratio going, and I didn't plan this, of course. So, with that, let's put it together. And here is your Instagram page. And
oh, that's my face.
That is your face. We can now see your face up there and down here. No, get you. You're beautiful. Okay. But here we are here to talk about your work. And this is some of the work that Peggy has done. Is there any illustration that you feel like I should bring up that you really like or you want to talk about?
Let me see. I do the. Thank you. So I really like doing environmental pieces, like background design. And then once for a book I really like as a kid. So I decided to design like the bookstore.
For
that. Yeah. Thank you.
We should do more of those for our DJ ones. Let's show what we got. So this is
this is
an animation loop that Peggy worked on, and it's so good. So good. Look at that. And then we have our day scene too.
Yeah.
Look at that. So good.
Oh yeah, got dancing. That was so fun because I finally learned how to do the video timeline on Photoshop.
Very nice. Cool. I use that one for GIFs. That's really the extent of which I use that timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. I do feel I need to learn more about After Effects, but just like my
Ooh.
laptop can't handle that. Yeah, it's actually it was actually from Korean drama I've been watching, so I was like, okay, I need to do some fan art, so people can like my post. So I was like, okay, I'll do that one. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Um, my daughter would say, "That's a handsome boy." And then this is a great scene that you have here.
Yeah, it's like oh, thank you. So it's like a subway pieces I did for because I've been doing this series called Home Series. It's basically about like my life when like whenever I go back to Taipei. Yeah, so a lot of that will inspire like Taiwan history, and this film studies. Yeah,
This is really nice. Do you have
thank
any
you.
preference for the kind of work that you enjoy doing?
I've been I do a lot. I do like trying out different stuff, like different style, and then a lot of time I used to really like doing character, like only character art, but now I really want to expand to do more environmental stuff. Yeah, and also I want to try to do more comic because I haven't done that before. Like it's too much work for me, so I really want to try that.
Well, you've done some really great environmental work with us. This is one of them. This is just fantastic. And yeah, that one.
The pieces.
You've been doing some really great stuff with us. I really, really love it. Um, so
Thank
what?
you.
So tell me, what are the kind of projects that inspire you, that make you feel like, man, I'm so happy I'm an illustrator. This is what I'm meant to do. Like, when do you feel like you're home? Like you feel like you're alive. Oh no, you're frozen. The wonders of the internet. Peggy, you are frozen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a little bit more of her work. Hopefully she can come back, and then she will let us know. I'll take her out so we don't see her frozen. I met Peggy through another illustrator called Garrett, which is amazing, and I hope that he can be on the show someday. He was our first illustrator at Filmkik, and he was just absolutely, well, not our first illustrator, our first illustrator on a particular project. And then when he left, it was like, I need to have somebody, basically, there you go, Peggy, hi. He was
Hi.
like, I'm just telling our viewers how I met you. And Garrett just said that, I know the perfect person for the job that can take over. And he brought her on and he trained her, and she seamlessly took over this particular project that we have. That is a very big project of ours. And she's been working on that for a little while, and for more than a little while. I would say, when did you do it? Like July, June?
I think it was. I think I started in September or like the end of August or something. I can't
Something like
remember
that.
now. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and it's been fantastic. So I really like your work, and I
Yes.
think that what we should do is we should just get to it. Um,
Okay.
and I am going to have you share your screen, and while she does
Cool.
that, I am going to talk to you guys because she has to do some things on her end in order to share her screen, but I can see when she's ready, and when she's ready, I'll bring her back on. And basically what she's going to do is she's going to bring up Photoshop. She has already pre-drawn a particular scene that we are working on for a project for a friend of ours that we're going to be doing, and she's going to be working on a portion of that because we're trying to see if she could get it done in around 30 minutes, but let's see. And if you guys have any questions of her process or whatever she's doing, please let me know in the comments because I'll make sure to ask her. And so here it is.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so what are we looking at?
So right now, because I already finished a rough draft, but usually what I like to do some kind of outline. So it really helps me to color in a more organized way. Mhm.
Nice. I like it.
Thank you. So, and she's wearing a headphone. Okay, this is one giant headphone. Then I realized I don't really like her nose, so I'm gonna redo that.
So you start with like these big basic shapes then?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because usually I used to like start small, but then I realized it actually took me more time to finish everything. So, uh,
So after you do your shapes, you refine your form?
yeah, yeah. This
Nice.
outline. Okay. I'm still thinking if I should keep the outline or not, because usually I will paint like under the outline, and sometimes I keep the outline or I don't. It all depends on like how I feel at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes the outline works and sometimes it doesn't. It
Yeah.
kind of sometimes it just doesn't work. I like that.
Thank
So
you.
this particular scene is we have some friends of ours have a music production company and they are DJs and they create music, and what we wanted to do is create a scene for them for their live shows that they can
Ooh.
use to that's what we were doing. You knew this, Peggy.
Yeah.
Even Peggy's like, ooh. And so the inspiration behind it is like, Tokyo in 100 years, right? So it's like a lot of
Oh,
neon
nice.
lights, bright colors, and Peggy put together a really cool mood board, and that is kind of our starting point is to kind of see,
Okay. My mood
yeah,
board.
exactly. That's her mood board, which I love. Absolutely love that. I think that's so cool.
Hey,
Yeah. And
thank you.
so she's creating this big wide scene, but for the what we were talking about prior to the show is we want her to be able to just focus on one portion that she can, work on live with us. Otherwise, she'll never finish the whole scene while I'm asking her questions and interrupting her and talking about the mood board, etc. And again, for our viewers, if you have any questions, Peggy is a fantastic illustrator and animator. And if you have any questions about her process or what she's doing, please let me know. And I am monitoring comments and I can go ahead and ask her. And we're live on YouTube and Facebook. So we'll be getting comments from either way. And I'm looking at monitoring both. Do you ever wonder like how sexy to make your ladies?
Huh. That's a good
Like,
question.
because sometimes it's like, should I show more cleavage? Should I not? What should?
Yeah, actually, I've been doing more work that shows like female like naked that type of thing. But I do have like my own way of doing it. I feel like a lot of time if you do sexiness in a how do I put it in words? Like it's like they are in their own comfort. Oh my god, how do I say it? But like it's like they are in
And
their own comfort zone. Not like to please someone. Then the
yes,
sexiness looks natural. Like
like
that's
they're
how
in
I
an
feel about it.
intimate moment, and so
Yeah,
yeah, I like that. That's very cool.
yeah, yeah. Because I actually found it like very empowering when I'm doing those drawing. Because when I was younger, I'm from more like a conservative family, and there's like a lot of stuff like that I wasn't even allowed to draw or like talk about. But like as I grow older and I learn more about being a woman, in general, I just like I found doing these things like super like empowering for me.
That's awesome. That is so cool. And you get to create your own world, right? Like you're creating
Yeah.
everything about what you're seeing. And I like that. It's a woman that is sexy on her own terms, in her own intimacy, in her own space. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Haha. I like that. Are you
Okay.
thinking about it on the fly?
Yeah, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I want to draw a cat. Yeah, I've been drawing cats so much now. Oh,
Cats are great.
yeah, and also I do feel like in animation we need it more like female like female artists interpret like their own way of being like what's sexiness. So that's why I decided to do it more now, so people can see it, and then yeah. Oops.
And were you always, when did you go from pen and paper to Photoshop? Like, when did that transition occur?
So I actually didn't know how to do Photoshop until my second year in college. So before I was more like yeah, I was doing a lot of sketching. But then in my digital painting course, I was forced to learn how to use Photoshop, which I did not like. Yeah, because I just couldn't understand it. And then back then, I didn't have a Cintiq. I have like a tablet. And then for some reason, tablet is a lot harder for me to use, and there was a lot of struggling. Yeah, so I actually didn't get better at Photoshop until like 3 years ago, like 2017 or something. I just forced myself to do it every day until like I feel comfortable doing it. So yeah, and then I also try to look up a lot of the Instagram artists and see how they like do the Photoshop,
Yeah.
the type of
Yeah.
things. Yeah, because I was so against the like technology when I was a kid. I was like, oh my god, this doesn't look good to me. So, but it was kind of dumb. But I should learn it. Okay,
Well, you
otherwise,
eventually learned it. I
yeah,
agree that the
have to.
Cintiq, I do agree that having the Cintiq helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps so much. Oh my god.
Ooh, what are
And
you
then you
doing?
also, because I realized this like is a lot smaller than the other one. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you can make it slightly bigger so it looks more like a human body. Yeah, struggling. Huh.
Oh, yeah. That already looks so much better.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, what's that? Okay. Oh, freeze for a second. No, it's cool.
So, do you always start with the human body when you're doing something like this?
Yeah, but actually, though, sometimes I do like to start with background too. But for today, I think it would be better to start with a character first. Is this still unclear? Okay, slightly better. Ah, okay, cool.
And I noticed that you can tell where the light source is coming on her. It's casting on her right side.
Yeah.
Do you think about your light sources prior to beginning?
Oh, oh yes. I think I realized light source is like super important, and so for these pieces, I do have So this is the first light source, like the light, this one,
Right.
and then this is the other one, and I also have some neon light coming on from here. So this will be like the light source. Yeah, and yeah.
No, I have
What
two
else?
questions for you actually. I just looked at
Oh, of
YouTube.
course.
Um, do you usually keep all, and this is a question from Reston. Do you usually keep
Hello.
do you usually keep all of your outlines on one layer? Let me
It
hide.
depends.
Uh-huh.
I think for this one, actually, I already merged. Yeah, already merged all my outlines together. But before, I do have like they on separate layers, so it just really helps me to clean wherever I need to. So
Nice.
yeah, put outline on different layer. It saves so much time. It makes life a lot easier.
And he has another question, which is
Oh, nice.
he sees almost no construction lines in your work. Did you know the pose you were going to draw ahead of time?
Kind of. Oh, I do have some kind of construction line, but it's like super unclear here. Let me put this just a little bit. So it's more like this. Yeah.
Like super rough.
Yeah, super rough. Yeah. So, now it's like this. Yeah, I've been taking like figure drawing class back in college, which really helps me so much. Oh my god. Yeah, figure drawing is a must. Okay, so I think we can start coloring the
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
And why did you start with
Yeah,
purple? You
so
wanted purple to be kind of like that underlying tone that's going to like the mood,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, I kind of wanna. I think purple looks because I kind of look through like the my color from this mood board, and I do notice a lot of them have some kind of purplish tone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a masking. Is that how you say it? Okay. So I'm gonna use a lasso tool. Like, I think I was about to say something earlier, but I can't remember. Oh my god. Ugh.
Well, you were saying that we were talking about Photoshop, and you were saying
I think
that
so. Yeah.
you like to look up artists on Instagram and see what they're doing in
Yeah.
Photoshop. Was it something about that?
Yeah. 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 I think so. Let me think. Yeah, because I used to have this. Okay, so I remember now. So I used to have this weird impression about Photoshop, like where everything has to be super airbrush back then. And then I found this artist. He designed some kind of gouache brushes. So I downloaded. I purchased the brush, and this is actually when I start really getting better at Photoshop, like trying out different brushes instead of just using like a round brushes or like the default brushes, because those do not help at all for me, at least.
I mean, I can.
Oh my
Adobe
god.
gets you started, and then
Yeah, it is.
you then need to kind of either buy new brushes or more presets, or just there's more plugins that and they give you like the basics, and then as
Yeah.
an artist you can customize the tool to really,
Hmm.
it's like they give you a toolbox with like a hammer and a few screwdrivers, and then if you have more specific tools that you need, like Allen wrenches or whatever, you put those into your own
Yeah.
toolbox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like actually I realized the new Photoshop, the 2019 version that actually gave like provide those squash brushes that I had to buy like years ago. So I thought it was pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it. I'm kind of going off tangent right now. Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like wow. Oh, where's Kyle's brushes? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so this guy, he made a lot of amazing brushes. I still use it a lot now.
Are you using
So
any of
kind
those
of.
brushes right now?
Oh, I think yeah. So my favorite is this one, like Kyle's Dry Media. So I use this to do most of my outline. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I also like this Tonko House brushes. I use it mostly for like painting. But yeah. Okay.
Thank God for undo, right?
Yeah, Singapore undo. Oh, it saves life.
So what are you doing with the
Okay.
lasso tool?
Oh, so I gonna mask everything. It can makes no sense right now, but it'll be
I'll be
you
impressed.
got this. Yeah, I guess. Maybe not.
I will. I'm sure I will. So you're just masking her as a shape itself? Like her whole body?
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
whole whole body. Yeah.
Including her
Yeah. I
clothing,
learned this well
everything.
in school, and yeah, and it helps me so much. Ho-
So what we'll do is when you're done, we'll put the final illustration on our Filmkik IG account. And we'll show everybody
Oh,
all of your
please.
work. Yes,
That'd
yes.
be nice. Oh,
So
hello?
then, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's funny because this is why we always do these videos in time lapse mode, because it goes by so much faster. And I think that but in a way, it creates a false sense of
Oh, okay.
what
I
it
think
takes. You think you're good? Can you hear me, Peggy? Peggy, can you hear me? Can the audience hear me? Can somebody give me a yeah or a no?
Ah.
All right, I think that we're having internet problems with Peggy, but I see her feed, so as soon as she comes up, I can bring her up. This is one of the challenges of shooting from everybody's houses, and she's on Wi-Fi and she's sending me her feed, and it's not just like your regular conference call. We're actually going through a production tool that I'm using to produce the show. So what I'll do is I'll wait for her to get back on, and then I'll bring her back on. But just a little bit of background of why I'm doing this. I know a lot of people on that are fantastic illustrators. I know illustrators that I've had the pleasure of working for in different projects, and I see Peggy there, so I'm going to let her load. And I've been able to just see how they work, and they all work a little differently. And it's funny because in a way, I've met some of the most amazing illustrators in the world, but they all believe that they could be better, and other people are better than them. And don't look at my process. My layers are not, they're messy, and my layers, I've never met a single one, and I could be wrong. I'm sure at some point I will, but I haven't met a single illustrator that's like, I am the boss. I am a god. Look how amazing I am. Check out my Photoshop file. I just haven't seen it. But I think that it's part of it is because we don't really look at each other's process. We just look at the final drawing, or we look at a time lapse that it makes it look so easy and so fast. But the reality is that things take time, and you try one thing and it doesn't work, and then you try something else. And I want to demystify that process for people and future illustrators so that they don't think, well, I don't go as fast as that time lapse. But that time lapse is a very, very sped up video that took them days to make, right? So it's very hard to compare your 2-hour drawing to the time lapse of somebody that took them, a couple days to make. So I'm going to bring Peggy back in because there she is. Hi, Peggy. No, Peggy. I lost her again. So she is at home, and so we're having Wi-Fi issues with her connection. But if there are, okay, Reston says that they can hear and see me. So of course I'm cheating. I am the host of the show, and everything is coming out of my computer. So of course my connection is going to be the safest connection. But what I will do is I'm going to give Peggy one more chance before giving up on this to check it out, to try to fix her internet. But in the meantime, what I am going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I am going to show you some of the work that she has done for us. And this is a client that we have been doing a lot of work for recently, called the Amir Stein Center. And we've been working with them for a year and a half. And I want to show you one of the things that she has done for them, because it's just absolutely amazing. And this is an animation that she pretty much created everything for. She created all of the illustrations. She helped create the storyboard. Caleb Soon, which is another person that works at Filmkik, and he is absolutely incredible. He produced the storyboard for that one. And this is something that she worked on and with him. And let's see if I can make the... I'm using a different audio source because I didn't prepare for this, because I'm at living, because my gorgeous Peggy has bad internet. But I highly encourage you guys to go and visit the Amir Stein Center, and all of these illustrations were illustrations that Peggy worked on. And this video just kind of showcases what the channel is about and what kind of content there is. And then we discuss like the two figures that are the figures of note in that are the reason why the center is called the Amir Stein Center, is for Amir and for, I don't want to say her name, Stein. Let me see, what's her name? Elizabeth Stein? No, it's not Elizabeth. Edith! I got that E right. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, I encourage you guys to do that. Peggy is back. Let's bring on the star of the show, Peggy.
Sorry. My Wi-Fi. Oh my God! It's like we live in Bay Area, so we're supposed to have the best Wi-Fi ever. But what's happening?
It's
Okay.
fine. It's totally
Okay.
fine. I just
Yeah.
need
So
you
what
to
do you?
know. Go ahead.
No, no. You go first. Okay.
No, I was just gonna say that what I need to have like a backup for when I can't, I can't control people's internets. People can't control their internet, so I just need to have backup content for when. Again, this is a pilot
Yeah, of
episode.
course.
I need to have backup content for when their feed goes down or something happens. I can like talk about something else. So, but tell us, okay, so what's going
Oh.
on?
So when I finish using the lasso tool, I click the masking. So mask kind of create this, and I fill in the color. So what happened now is like whatever I draw will stay in this, in the space I mask, which is very convenient when you're
Yeah.
doing characters. Yeah, it's not there. Boo. Yeah. So now I just gonna color her headphone. I don't know what color I should put though. Should I just put purple too, or help me, Alana?
Ha. Let's see, everybody. What color should she color her headphones?
I'll color her first.
She's gonna do her hair while we get some feedback from you guys. What color should she color her headphones?
Dun, dun.
Ooh, I like that. And then you don't go out of the lines because you have your figure in the mask.
Yeah, super convenient.
Well, I'm not getting. Come on, you guys are watching. Just tell me what color. Okay, so thank you, Rustin. We have Rustin saying dark green would look good. Do you hear me, Peggy? We have a dark green request.
Yeah.
But then he says, although pink is the dominant foreground color. I think that you're going to be fine no matter what. And we lost Peggy again. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to call it. I think I may just call it because we've been live for half an hour. I am going to ping her so we can wrap it up with just her face. Again, this is a pilot. I have never had this much trouble with screen sharing via this tool, but I'm having trouble today in front of all of you. So there you go. I am going to text her and say, come back with just your camera. And I'm going to say, come back with just your camera. And with you guys, I'm going to say thank you for your patience. This is an experiment. We are checking out to see, if as we move forward, we are going to do the show. It's going to happen. I love the show and she loves the show and it's going to be fantastic. But we are going to need to make some tweaks because this doesn't work. I'm just thinking out loud. I think that what we can do is we can pre-record the screencasting part so I can get with her, not in the live software. We can screen record her, again, not live doing it. And then the live component that we would do would just be then talking about it. And I actually think that's a better workflow. And it also puts the artist less on the spot of having to do something live. So I think that that's what we're going to do the next time. So this has been great. Peggy, what I was just saying is that I think... Hey, hi.
Yeah. So happy.
I'm so happy you're back. So here's what I'm thinking we should do. What we should do is we should screen record, like you should screen record doing this on your own. And then we should, in the episode, what we should do, you send me the video, an MP4. And then what I do is I just air the MP4 and then we comment on it. Like if we were commenting on like a sports like show kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you don't have to draw in front of us and you don't have to like, you can take your time. We can like time lapse the whole thing. So the whole thing, like we squeeze it into like 20 minutes. So if you take 5 hours on it, we can still compress it down to like however many minutes, and then we just comment on it as the video is rolling.
Okay, cool.
I think we can do
that.
That
sounds good.
I think we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We need to do it again. Oh my god.
Of course, yeah, of course. We're going to do it again.
Frustration.
This is our first pilot. We'll do a second pilot. And honestly, I take the blame because I'm the producer. I should have foreseen this, but I haven't done this. So now, you see, now I'm like, okay, let's try it a different way.
It's okay. We got this.
So Peggy, I do want to ask you just one more question for you. I know, for me, you were actually one of the first people when you came back from Taiwan. You were one of the first people that I even heard about Corona, and you were like, hey, there was this thing happening in China, and I'm being told to quarantine myself at home for 2 weeks before I go out. And I was like, interesting. Okay, then. All right, then I won't see you at the office for a couple of weeks. So it was interesting. I never thought that we would all, I never thought that the next few months were going to look like how they did. So why don't you tell me what your experience was in Taiwan, and then when you came back, kind of like what that transition looked like?
So I think it started spreading in China in September, but it didn't really. But as the weather started going colder, it started getting worse. So by the end of December, it's seeing most of China now. And this is what I heard. So, cause I'm from Taiwan, and we are like super close to China, So we may be like the first one to get all screwed up. Yeah, and then we had that experience with SARS back in 2003 or something. Yeah, 2003.
2003, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, so back in 2003, it was SARS, and then a lot of people in Taiwan were like affected by it. And then so 17 years later, we were saying like, we don't want that to happen again. So yeah, so the good thing is like Taiwanese government, they did a really good job on handling the situation. So when I went back to Taiwan, I actually didn't realize it was less serious. Yeah, but when my sister and I, when we went on the plane, we were like, okay, we need to like wash our hands every 5 seconds, and then we need to wear a mask the whole time. Don't use the restroom. Yeah, so we were like being paranoid. Yeah, and after we got back to Taiwan, we try not to go out as often. And then the good thing is that everyone wear a mask. Yeah, a lot of people are saying like mask doesn't help, but it does. Yeah, and also like wash your hand, wear a mask, and then social distancing. Social distancing is like really important. But it was kind of like impossible to do social distancing in Taiwan because it's like so crowded, and I live in the city. You have like zero personal space. But yeah, anyway, everything was fine. And by the time it was like the time for me to come back, I was thinking like, oh my god, what if I had a disease and I have to like, and then I went back to work, and Alana has like 3 children. I don't want to get them sick. So that's why I was like, oh my god, okay. I feel like I was a little freaking out, but because my life quote is like, I did rather to be safe than be sorry.
Totally.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, fine. I'll just stay home for 2 weeks and see what happens. So I stayed home for 2 weeks. It was cool. Nothing happened to me, thank God.
No, but then you came back, and then you just went back home.
And then it's funny though, because after I got back, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? And I realized I should stay back in Taiwan. Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, everybody say working very hard to prevent this happening, so I'm not gonna complain too much. But yeah, so I think I quarantined for 2 weeks, and I came back to work for like another 2 weeks, and after those 2 weeks. I think after those 2 weeks, it's like the time when we would be told that we have to quarantine and stay. Everyone has to like stay home. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I just can't believe it spread so quickly.
It was crazy. Yeah. So you as an artist, do you feel like the staying in place has either made you more or less creative or different creative?
I feel like it kind of makes me like. It kind of makes me feel like less creative in some sense, especially for like the first 3 weeks, because I usually work at home anyway. But what happened was like I would give myself a reward by going out with friends. Like okay, I gotta work so hard Monday to Friday, and on Saturday I can give myself a day of break to hang out with my friends. But I don't even have that now, so I'm just like being procrastinating. and sleeping a lot, which is a good thing for me because I don't sleep. Yeah. So for the first 3 weeks, it was kind of like the burnout period. Like I don't have like motivation to do anything, but I feel like I'm getting that back now because I'm kind of used to like what's happening now, and I
Yeah.
also accept the fact we have to stay home. So yeah, it's been okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that for a lot of people, they say, well,
but a
artists
lot of
aren't.
people will be like, yeah.
No, go ahead.
The time
No!
people will say,
Okay, there you
oh,
are.
you stay home.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was saying like a lot of time people will be like, oh, you can learn new things by staying at home. But now I feel like actually though, I become like more busy at home because with all the work, I don't even have like extra new time to learn new things. But it's fine. Yeah, I'm happy that I got work to do, so that's good.
That is good. That is. Well, thank you
Can
so
you
much
hear
for
me?
joining me. Yes, I can. I can.
Hello.
I can. I can. I can. I can hear
Okay,
you.
cool,
I
good.
can hear you. All right, let's
Okay, okay,
wrap this
cool,
up
cool.
while we're ahead. Thank you so much for joining me, Peggy. You're amazing. And let
Thank
me
you.
your what's your Instagram handle? Fuck. Now I lost her. God damn it. Okay. And then I just leave all the cursing until the end because who watches these until the end anyway, right? Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was a fantastic pilot. I learned a ton, and actually, we were 15 minutes late starting because I was learning in those 15 minutes. I wasn't failing. I was learning for 15 minutes, and now I have learned for another 40 minutes with you guys. And our next episode, I'm going to apply all of these learnings, not failures, but learnings, so that the next episode is even better. So thank you guys so much, and check out this sick outro. Bye.